Located at the crossroads of Central Asia, Afghanistan is a predominantly mountainous country, where 40% of the land is situated in a continental climate at an altitude of 2,000 metres. Part of the Himalayan mountain chain, the Hindu Kush runs from northeast to southwest of Afghanistan, with its subsidiary ranges dividing the country into three distinct geographic regions: the Northern Plains, the Southwestern Plateau, and the Central Highlands. Described as one of the poorest countries in the world, Afghanistan remains plagued by a chronic humanitarian crisis, fueled by conflicts that have continued for more than 3 decades. We can observe a disastrous situation due to the glaring absence of functional infrastructure and public services. More than 70% of Afghans do not have access to safe drinking water or adequate sanitation, and barely 6% of Afghans have access to running water. Electricity is available intermittently, and the country suffers a severe lack of access to food and health services.
سفر هستم از سفریه پشت یک درخت. می زندگی میکنیم در پشت یک درخت دیگه آب ندارم، ما از دریا میرم، بسیار مشکلات هستیم. ورم میارم اینجا باز این دریا دیگه سر فلاتی میاد تا اینجا بسیار چتلی داره و دیگه داره و اینجا میرم بسیار جوش هم میتیم سر از آن باز این اشتکا مریض میشه. دیگه دور شده یک روز شده که یک مصرف خانه آمده بیشتر بود دیگه عمال هم وضعیتش تو خوب نیست دیگه تقریبا عمر میرم بسیار کنیم ساعت یا 2 ساعت راه دوره خوردن ما دیگه نمیشه یک چند خانه یک زندگی میکنیم دیگه هم عمر ندارم نه چای نه نال نه کدام چشمه یعنی جای دریا میخوریم دیگه 24 ساعت مریض هستیم دیگه.
Climate conditions in the Central Highlands of Afghanistan are extreme. Dry and hot summers follow long winters in which temperatures can drop to minus 30 degrees Celsius. This climate causes problems and challenges for domestic fuel consumption and animal feeding, affecting the biomass and local resource capital. Poor house insulation and traditional heating and cooking solutions are inefficient, combusting large amounts of low-quality fuels, causing significant harm to the environment and weighing heavily on household budgets. In many cases, these fuels are insufficient for achieving comfortable conditions within a household, and respiratory problems exist for women and their children due to prolonged exposure to fumes in smoke-filled kitchens. This lack of affordable heating means schools are closed for almost 6 months a year, and the energy expenditure of hospitals severely handicaps their functioning. In the Central Highlands, crop farming and livestock are regarded as the 2 main pillars of the local economy. Across the region, agriculture is the major source of household income for 86% of total households, followed by 36% deriving income from rearing livestock. Livelihoods are therefore heavily dependent on natural resource availability and management: land for pastures and agriculture, water for irrigation and livestock, and fuel for heating, cooking, and construction purposes. Large movements of people to the region since 2001 has drastically increased pressure on these already scarce natural resources, compounding the effects of deforestation and soil erosion. Combined with a low annual level of precipitation, overall the agriculture sector performs poorly, minimising households' ability to escape their cycle of poverty. The Central Highlands represents a unique and vulnerable part of Afghanistan, creating a complex and constantly changing environment. Opportunities exist, however, to support the sustainable reconstruction of the region through improved management and stewardship of scarce natural resources, encouraging respect for the environment, and reducing the impacts of climate change.
this Central Highlands project is basically a project in agricultural development, which is funded by the French Agency for Development for a total amount of 10 million euros for a 3-year period, with 4 main components. One which is based on agriculture, the second one on livestock, the third one which is maybe more unusual, about the best use of natural resources and in particular energy preservation, and the last one about exchange of experiences. It will be given to 3 French NGOs which have been working in the Central Highlands region for quite some time, but the originality is that they will work together in order to share their experience. The project we are just launching today is an illustration of the consequences of climatic change for farmers in high altitude regions like it is the case in Bamyan.
The objective of GERES' approach in the Central Highlands Program is to improve livelihoods by increasing energy access and energy efficiency. Working with local craftsmen, including tinsmiths, carpenters, welders and masons, GERES seeks to develop these small businesses through the promotion of energy-saving solution technologies.
مدت 2 سال است که من همراه مؤسسه محترم جرس همکار هستم، معرفی شدیم و کارهایش انجام میتم در بخش گرمخانه های مختلف، در بخش فلزکاری و در بخش نجاری.
Developed by the GERES Research and Development Team, these appropriate technologies are made from available materials, recognising traditional building and cooking practices. Their focus is to support households to minimise fuel consumption and improve living conditions through increased insulation of buildings and more efficient heating and cooking techniques.
امسال که ما گرمخانه جور کردیم، گرمخانه فواید بسیار زیادی وجود داره. از سردی هوا جلوگیری میکنه و دیگه برای خانواده و برای فامیل و برای اولادا بسیار راحتی را به وجود آورده ای. از یک طرف سوخت کم مصرف میشه و از طرف دیگه هم اینجا از باران و برف و چیزا جلوگیری میکنه. ما تمام کارهای خانه را حالا از طرف روز در زیر این گرمخانه انجام میدم. مصرف سوخت هم بسیار زیاد پایین آورده.
There are numerous benefits identified through the promotion of these energy-saving solution technologies. Fuel minimisation creates economic benefit for households, reducing the amount of time spent each year collecting fuel, thus a reduction in bush, timber, coal and dung consumed. The improvement of temperatures in buildings through the constructions of verandas and insulation techniques minimises the impact of health issues related to cold weather, and the reduction of smoke in kitchens minimises the prevalence of respiratory and eye health issues, particularly amongst women and children. During the program, GERES has developed and validated 8 technologies that trained craftsmen are able to promote through a market-based approach across target districts in Bamyan and Wardak provinces. Among these technologies are 3 types of verandas, with either a Russian wood, a local wood, or a metal profile frame, 2 insulation technologies, including double-glazed windows and roof insulation, and 3 cooking techniques, including a solar cooker with mirrors, an improved digdan, and a tandoor cap. Sustainability of an energy-saving solution market is integral to the overall success of this initiative. When new technologies are introduced, GERES supports their construction with a small subsidy to households, a subsidy which reduces gradually towards the end of the program. GERES has trained over 200 craftsmen who have between them built and disseminated more than 5,000 energy-saving solutions, setting a solid foundations for these products on the local energy market. These products will continue to minimise the consumption of fuel, supporting natural resource management practices across the Central Highland region. Based on involving communities through a participatory approach, Solidarités International covers 3 specific fields of intervention in the frame of the program: support to agriculture and animal husbandry, enhanced natural resource management, or NRM, and improved access to wash, water, sanitation, and hygiene. Through their actions, Solidarités aims to improve the living conditions of local families and to minimise the degradation of local natural resources by strengthening communities' abilities to manage them sustainably. The intense deforestation and overexploitation of natural resources in the region has led to the degradation of land and to the desertification of pastures. Solidarités aims to rehabilitate these local natural resources through techniques that reduce reliance on them and ensure their more efficient management. Tree plantation campaigns and promotion of sapling nurseries are examples of activities implemented to tackle deforestation and mitigate erosion. Community committees to manage pasture and water have also been created and supported to ensure the durability of rangelands and a sustainable management of water facilities and resources. Solidarités also facilitates conflict management and resolution workshops, where members of these community groups learn how to avoid sources of conflict and to solve possible tensions related to the use of shared resources. Livelihoods in the arid regions depend on availability and access to water, for drinking, to irrigate crops, and to water livestock. In this endeavour, Solidarités has rehabilitated and constructed several irrigation facilities, wells, and hand pumps by involving local communities in their construction through cash for work activities. Engaging communities in each activity being a key principle leading all Solidarités International interventions.
In the framework of CHP project, SI is working only in Bamyan. SI is active only in Bamyan, working in 3 districts, Saigon, Kamard, and Michelham. Our main activities are focused on food security projects, NRM project, and WASH projects. More or less we had around 70 people who have been involved in the performing of the activities in the framework of CHP.
A participatory activity aiming at building household latrines has been implemented in several villages. These demonstration latrines have been autonomously replicated within involved communities. Campaigns to raise awareness about hygiene were also conducted in order to improve the sanitation environment of these populations, particularly for the most vulnerable, such as women and children. In parallel to these water, sanitation, and hygiene activities, Solidarités teams have also supported agriculture and animal husbandry through farmer field schools, where participants learn new techniques adapted to their financial means and to their specific local context. Farmer and breeder participants identify innovative solutions to address difficulties faced locally and then disseminate their know-how within their own communities. One such solution developed in the framework of farmer field schools are new methods of improving traditional barns. These improvements include windows and ventilation pipes for airflow, and sewage canals and lime on the walls to help reduce parasites and improve hygiene. All in all, helping to reduce livestock mortality rates during harsh and long-lasting winters. To improve the food security of communities, Solidarités International has staged kitchen garden sessions in which school children and women benefit from training on vegetable growing. This activity empowers women by enabling them to generate additional sources of income while also enhancing nutritional diversity of meals among involved families. Nutritional diversity is also supported by the Solidarités construction of commercial greenhouses, ensuring local populations have access to fresh vegetables throughout the winter, in addition to income generation of any excess production.
میکنم این بازار قراردادی داره من از منی شیرم میبرم سبزی هم میبرم سبزی کیلونی 40 روپیه میتیم دیگه بادرنگ کیلون 30 روپیه.
As part of this AFD-funded project, MADERA is implementing activities aimed at improving people's livelihoods through a community-based development approach. This MADERA approach ensures the local population are decision makers, meaning they can then manage and benefit from use of natural resources. MADERA's work focuses on sustainable agriculture, community-based natural resource management, and animal husbandry, specifically animal health and rehabilitation of infrastructures. Through their mandate in rural development, MADERA's role is to alleviate poverty, improve socio-economic conditions, and enhance food security of the rural mountainous populations in the Central Highlands. In this pursuit, MADERA has constructed 9 different irrigation projects in Hisiawal and Markazi Besud districts of Wardak. These include microdams, water canals, water reservoirs, and akadis. The impact of this has been 571 jedibs, around 220 hectares of non-irrigated land transformed into irrigated land. In order to ensure proper water management and effectively irrigated land, MADERA has also established a range of user groups called water user associations. These groups are made up of a series of different stakeholders and representatives from each community, with each irrigation construction project engaging one water user association committee.
بینیفیشری اصلی ما را دهقانا تشکیل میده و کارهایی را که ما برای از اینها انجام دادیم زیادتر بخش زراعت و بخش مالداری بوده و همچنان پروژه ساختمانی را که ما ساختیم و هم برای تقویه زراعت از این مردم بوده که زراعتشان حمایت شود. در قسمت زراعت ما زیادتر روی ترویج و همچنان نمایش سبزیجات کار کردیم در جریان مدت CHP 3 سال 4 سال CHP و در حدود 17-18 نوع سبزی را ما برای مردم نمایش دادیم و عملاً کشت کردیم و نتیجهش بر آنها نمایش دادیم.
By improving water reservoirs, the micro dams also offer farmers in neighbouring communities improved irrigation opportunities, creating a direct impact on their livelihoods. Beneficiaries can harvest more forage for their livestock, thus improving the rearing conditions, and this irrigation improves the yield of vegetables and cereals, with a consequence of a direct improvement on the level of food security in the region. Anti-erosion has also been an aspect of MADERA activities in the Central Highland Program. This has included the construction of a series of anti-erosion projects made up of protection walls, super passages, gabion walls, intakes, and a check dam, all designed to reduce erosion and facilitate the flow of water while maintaining the topsoil. In total, these projects covered approximately 1,050 families as direct beneficiaries in Besud districts.
از جمله کشت 17-18 نوع سبزی که ما کشت کردیم بر مردم در حدود 12 نوع از جدید بوده در ساحه بسود که مردم نو آشنا شدن برای کشت از سبزیجات و همچنان در قسمت صحت حیوانی پاراویدهای جدید را ما پیش از CHP ما 15 پاراوید داشتیم که ما او را در 20 پاراوید رساندیم در CHP.
اینو دو نواکش یک دانه دو قسمت یک دانه دو قسمت از اونالای پلیکای دیگه تقریبا 8 یا 9 است. اون رو به خاطر آکش از اینو دیگه هوای زیر بسیار میتر پاک فکر می‌کنم که ان شاء الله بسیار پاک نگاه می‌کنه صاف نگاه.
Afghanistan and its Central Highlands remain vulnerable as climate, conflict, and limited access to natural resources continues to affect the country. Thanks to support of international donors, like the Agency for French Development, Afghanistan is given a chance to explore paths for sustainable growth and environmental resilience. The Central Highland Program has uncovered great potential for further improvements of people's livelihoods through planned, thought-out, community-focused approaches. Fact-based evidence has proved the community's capacities to increasingly manage their own natural resources and reap the benefits of higher production and better quality livestock. This more comprehensive understanding and mature stewardship of the natural environment will help mitigate climate change challenges and better prepare households as the country moves forward. With further investment in rural development initiatives, strong support from local authorities and institutions, and active involvement of the community in the implementation of these programs, the Central Highlands region has all it takes to become a powerful example of successful and integrated sustainable development.